This week, we break down iOS 14 from the Worldwide Developers Conference, and a new batch of gaming notebooks has just landed. Tech news this week, Google has been doing a lot of work in the area of fact-checking pages and search, but they've now added fact-checking of images to their list of areas of the internet where they're trying to get to the bottom of whether something is true or not. So it is a bit of a sad indictment on the area of humanity that we need to check the facts of an image to see whether it is a true image or a false image. But now, as part of Google search, you will see as part of the images section, there will be information as to whether Google believes an image is true or false, or not true at least. So those details are going to be rolling out worldwide from now. Microsoft has been doing a lot in the area of apps and making their apps available on a wider amount of platforms. Now they have just announced that Android Auto will be getting Skype integration into the platform. Now, what this means, you will be able to have your Skype messages displayed on the in-car screen that's running Android Auto automatically, just by having your Skype account activated as part of that platform. So as you drive around, you can have your Skype messages read out, you can have them display on the image on the screen, and you'll be able to get that integration into the platform. And no doubt this signals more integration of Microsoft apps are coming to Android Auto. That's tech news for the week. Don't forget cybershack.com for more technology updates throughout the week. Alcatel spent the best part of 10 years taking the best smartphone features and squeezing them into super affordable handsets. This year, the Alcatel 3L is doing exactly that again, with some amazing technology built in, and it's under $200. The Alcatel 3L is a budget smartphone that offers huge bang for buck with a great mix of features. It has Alcatel's first 48 megapixel triple lens rear camera, offering a wider range of image capture solutions. Its large 6.2 inch display with tall aspect ratio makes it a great media device for light gaming, streaming your favourite TV shows and movies, and checking in on social media. Throw in 64 gig of onboard storage, an Octa-Core processor, and 4 gigabytes of RAM, you have the makings of a well-rounded smart device that doesn't break the bank. The triple cameras built into the Alcatel 3L are amongst the best camera technology we've seen so far on Alcatel's affordable handsets. Gaming laptops are an ever-growing part of the notebook market. We seem to be able to squeeze ever more faster processors and overall greater amounts of power into considerably smaller form factors. The guys at ASUS have got a brand new notebook, the ASUS Republic of Gamers G14. I thought we'd have a chat with Brad from ASUS about it. How are you, Brad?
Yeah, great to be here, Charlie. Thanks for having us.
No, always good to have a chat. Gaming laptops, big part of your business. You've got some new models that are coming out, but this 14-inch sized, some people call it the ROG G14, we'll call it the Republic of Gamers G14. The main thing here is that you can still have a good gaming experience even on a 14-inch size notebook, correct?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Charlie. We've sort of reinvented that gaming laptop in terms of the size and the form factor. We've traditionally had that 15 and 17-inch gaming notebook, and with the ROG Zephyrs G14, we've been able to pack a lot of technology into a very small footprint in the 14-inch screen size now. So amazing product that is already in the market now and doing exceptionally well. And we're really pleased to see the product sort of being accepted in a way that we were unsure of, being 14-inch. Everyone's always but we think we've tapped into a new space with this particular notebook, especially around content creation. But then also the machine itself looks the part. It's a beautiful looking machine, a little bit less aggressive in terms of that gaming look, but you can actually very easily take it to a LAN party because the spec is right up there. But then also take it to a boardroom type meeting because it really does look the part in that type of environment as well.
Well, isn't that the goal, right? See, once upon a time, if you're going back 20 years, we built our own PCs and we spec them the way we wanted to, and then all of a sudden the desktops started coming out with good specs, and you could go buy an off-the-shelf system and you could get a really good experience, and then all of a sudden we wanted that but with portability, and then we started looking at gaming notebooks or laptops, and then we got that experience in a gaming laptop, but they were built to look angry because they were colourful and black, but now I guess it's gone much more mainstream into the community, hasn't it? We want these types of notebooks, but we want to use them in all different sorts of ways, not just gaming, but content creation and other high-end tasks.
Yeah, you're right. And the greatest thing is we still have all that as well. We've still got the flashing lights. We've still got the RGB keyboards, the AuraSync technology built into a number of our Strix machines in the ROG lineup, and also even in the Tough lineup as well in that entry-level gaming space. But you're right, it is something where we used to build these things and you'd build it in a desktop spec because it worked better in that space and you could get to that higher level of spec. But now in some of our machines, and in particular the Zephyrs G14, you can have up to 2060 graphics in this machine, 32 gig of RAM, 2 terabyte solid state hard drives in the machine. It's an amazing feat in such a small footprint, and one that I guess, like you say, 20 years ago, who would have thought you would have a machine that's got this much power, but also looks as good as it is. 1.6 kilos, very, very thin and lightweight machine. And like I said, really can look the part, whether it be at a LAN party or in a corporate boardroom meeting.
The other thing you've built in to give it that extra sort of sizzle, I guess, is the anime matrix display. That's not the actual display that you're looking at. That's the other side of the screen, isn't it? To add some extra color and a bit of movement there.
That's right. So one of the things that our brand ASUS prides itself on is being a little bit different. We tend to do things that others probably won't have a crack at, and with this machine, it does have a dot matrix display on the back panel of the LCD. So look, it doesn't necessarily increase the performance of the notebook at all, but it does give it a little bit of sizzle. I like that word that you used in terms of go to a LAN party and you can have your gamer tag running across the back of the screen, so people know who's playing, or you could have your Twitter handle, as you can see in the video. Very, very cool. Something very different, and something again that nobody else has in the market, but we've been able to bring it to life on the Zephyrs G14.
The other thing about gaming is it has become much more mainstream now, right? I mean, once upon a time, the gaming product we purchased, they were from specialist stores, but now we're seeing these sitting comfortably in Harvey Norman and JB Hi-Fi and those national consumer electronic chains. Has that been witnessed by you from a point of view of sales, but variety of options and interest from retailers?
Yeah, most definitely it has. It's interesting now, and again, I guess if you go back to even 10 years, you would go into a retailer or a channel partner environment and you'd see a small gaming space that was in the store. It wasn't necessarily a focus by anyone. Probably more so console gaming was a focus, if anything. And now that's really switched. You go into a lot of the major retailers and channel partners and you see very defined spaces in their organizations that are gaming focused. And ASUS as a brand, we're very fortunate that we have two brands within our gaming space with Tough and ROG, and we're now taking a lot of shelf space in these partner stores because we do have such a comprehensive lineup from very entry level at as low as sort of $15.99 price points all the way through till, we had last year a $10,000 gaming machine that was in the market as well. So we cover all bases and all types of budgets in that space.
Did you sell many of those $10,000. I mean, I can't afford that, but I know there are people out there that have got enough money to buy what it is that they want. Did you sell many at that price? You don't tell me exact units, but did you sell some?
No, look, I have to say we didn't sell too many, but the mothership, the ROG mothership, was more a technology statement than anything. So we brought a few in, and we had them at a few conferences and things. And the whole idea is to show consumers, but then also in the conference environment, the retailers, what we can do as a brand. We can build products that are just a little bit next level. And yes, it's probably out of reach for most people, including myself, but very, very cool products that at least we can make a big statement about them. And that was the key with the mothership.
Back to the G14 for a second, getting a gaming laptop versus the desktop form factor was usually involved foregoing something, right? You either had to pay a lot more money, or you didn't get the same amount of power because you wanted the benefit of portability. Is there anything that's foregone in this? Can I play most of the modern games that are out there, for example?
Yeah, you definitely can. And there's a few different specification variations within the G14 as well. So we can have it start from as low as a third generation Ryzen R5 CPU for someone that's got more of a basic use. But then we can go all the way up to an R9 in this machine as well. So very, very high end, lots of processing performance. As I mentioned, we can go up to 32 gig of RAM in this machine if need be, which traditionally would be the type of RAM spec you would find in a desktop because of physical space. You can physically fit it in, but our engineers have done an amazing job with this machine, and we can put in two 16 gig DIMMs in the machine and ready to go up 32 gig. Also storage space, you can still have that nice large 2 terabyte SSD in the machine, depending on configuration, obviously. So I think the days are gone now where you kind of you miss out on something, especially in some of these. I mean, maybe in the 14-inch machine, people would prefer that larger screen size. But you'll obviously look at maybe one of the Strix 15 or 17-inch ROG lineups. But I think in terms of performance and gameplay, you're still going to get exactly what you need out of these portable devices now.
Well, the ability is there to get a 14-inch gaming laptop, take it home, plug it into your dock, do your gaming and have your fun, then unplug it and take it into work and do all of the boring work tasks throughout the day, then come home and game again at night. I can hear the gamers out there completing their Steam account logins as we speak and playing this kind of thing well into the future. Brad, always good to have a chat to you about PC technology from ASUS. This time it's gaming. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, Charlie. Great to be with you.
Hi, I'm a Trend Micro customer support agent, and I want to share one of the safety issues our customers ask about. Let's talk about sponsored advertisements and third-party support. So, I started searching for the Trend Micro phone number on a search engine. I get a list of results, but the first 3 aren't always linked to an official Trend Micro website. See? They're ads. I also see this when customers activate a product they purchased in-store. If you buy a Trend Micro product in-store, it comes with a serial number that has a website address for activating the product. If you type that address into a search engine instead of the address bar, the top few results may be ads. Advertisers may try to get you to contact them and even go so far as to charge you for installation, which Trend Micro actually provides for free. Instead, go straight to the address bar at the top of your browser and type in the website exactly as it's shown. By doing this, you go straight to the site without the risk of heading to the wrong location. The official Trend Micro activation site will never require you to call a phone number, and Trend Micro won't ask someone to contact you. Remember, go directly to a company's website to search for any information you need, and use the built-in search features. If that doesn't work, it's okay to use a search engine, but make sure you click on an official link. Hope this helps you to stay safe on the web. You can learn more about staying safe online at trendmicro.com.
Big week for Apple fans with the Worldwide Developer Conference being held online for the first time ever, obviously because of the COVID-19 restrictions on movement around the planet and also amongst confined spaces like a technology conference. I thought we'd have a chat this week with Geoff Quattromani, expert on technology and friend of the show, about his favourite things from the Worldwide Developer Conference around iOS 14. How are you, Geoff?
I'm really well, Charlie. How are you?
I'm well. Always a lot from the Worldwide Developer Conference from Apple. Let's focus this discussion on iOS 14. I understand you've downloaded the beta to a spare iPhone, very wise, and you've been having a play. So what are your 3 key hits from the event, and what have you found from the beta?
Look, Charlie, for me, having the beta on my phone has been fantastic to start to get to use and understand all that was announced. Now, for me, the first thing I wanted to try was widgets, because anybody who's used an Android device knows that widgets is something that we know and love about, modifying our home screen. And widgets for iPhone is interesting at the moment because it is only Apple apps that you can have widgets for, whether it's around the weather, the clock, podcasts as well. So I've applied some widgets to the device, and it's been interesting to see how they do size on the phone, how you can actually interact with the widgets as well. One of the things you can do with widgets, which I haven't seen on Android before, is actually within the same widget, you can scroll through alternate widgets of the same app, which is very interesting to do. So it's almost like having a little app built into a larger home screen. So that's a lot of fun. I think that's going to really surprise a lot of people, and anyone who hasn't used an Android device will think that this is groundbreaking when it comes to iOS. The other thing that I
people that haven't actually used Android before, right? And a lot of people just go iPhone to iPhone to iPhone to iPhone. They never even consider leaving the ecosystem. For them, this will be a fantastic addition.
Look, absolutely. And it's going to be the same when Apple one day come out with a 5G phone. People will think it's the first one that ever came to market too. But sticking with iOS here, picture-in-picture is another feature that is coming to iOS, which, again, we've seen on other smartphones before. But this really means that I could be potentially watching a YouTube video and checking my email at the same time, all on the same screen. In the past, you had to really pick what app you were going to be spending your time in. So if you are somebody who loves to watch sport on your phone, for example, you could be doing that as well as using Twitter to actually talk about what's happening in the game. And I think for a lot of people, picture-in-picture is going to be a great addition. I haven't seen it on the beta version yet because I think it's going to be waiting for third-party app support to come through. So I expect YouTube app will be updated and others, and that's when it will start working. So picture-in-picture, a really nice feature. But then let's take it to the car. Now, we did see CarPlay receive some updates, and mostly it's around wallpapers and some new apps that we're going to start seeing on CarPlay if your car supports it. But now we're about to see cars unlocked and the engine turned on just by using your phone. And this is going to be really interesting. It's not going to be so much about the device that's the problem now. It'll be your car that needs to be updated. And you'll find that BMW is the first brand that is going to be supporting Apple Car Key. Ford is also jumping on board as well. But you would imagine that if you're going to buy a new car in 2021 and beyond, that's a feature you should be looking for is Apple Car Key. It means that you can take your iPhone, tap it on the door handle, or even just be near the door handle, and you just simply open the car door, jump in, and go. So you think about it. The wallet is gone, so the car keys are gone. So what do you need to leave when you go home? Just your phone. I love that.
You take your. Oh man, it's going to change how we think about purchasing cars as well, right? The next car I buy, I want to have this feature, and if you're not offering that feature, then you potentially could be losing a sale.
Absolutely. I think it's already the case when it comes to Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. If you're looking at a car today and the infotainment system does not support that, you are actually really missing out on that amazing smartphone connectivity you can get. So not having a car key in the future, I promise you, will be a reason that people move on to a different brand or a different model.
I remember when remote central locking came in, and this idea that you just use the remote control to open the car, regardless instead of using the key. And there's all these concerns about security and this and that. Oh, no, it never worked because your key is much more secure. Now it's on every car, right?
Absolutely. And I did hear those concerns this week as well around the Apple Car Key. What if you lose your phone? Does that mean someone can steal your car? Well, it's the same as if I lost my keys. Could someone steal my car? But actually, with having it as on your phone, it means you can actually disable the key. So that way people can't use your phone to unlock the car. You will be able to also do this in the future with your watch. So if you are wearing an Apple Watch, think about the benefits of just having the watch if you've been to the gym or something like that. There it is. You can just use your watch to get in the car, but take the digital key an extra step forward and say, well, what if I've parked my car somewhere and my wife needs it while I'm at work or something like that? I could literally iMessage her the key to my car, and she could go ahead on her iPhone and also then go ahead and start to drive my car away. So I think it could mean some changes for the car sharing business going forward. If we think about what we see already in the market with lock boxes sitting on cars, that would be gone. You could just message somebody the key, have an expiry on that, and it would disappear from their phone after the day or the week.
Another part of the home is joining the Apple ecosystem, security on your car with Apple Car Key, plus widgets there, and picture-in-picture as well. Some stuff we've seen before, obviously, with other platforms, but some new cool stuff too. Geoff Quattromani, always good to have a chat. Thanks for coming on the program. We'll chat to you next week.
Thanks, Charlie.
This segment is brought to you by Gme, the safer smart device. Thank you for all your questions through the email and also posted in the comments section here on the Facebook page. We have received a question from Candy during the week about a dash cam that's going to help her also know the distance of cars behind her. Interesting. Dash cam market at the moment is completely in the toilet because we aren't doing as much driving as we normally would. That might change as the school holidays come up and we hit the roads and start traveling domestically, as none of us can travel overseas. But one of the ones to look out for at the moment, Uniden, they're one of the leaders in the market for dash cams. They've got the iGo Cam 85R. This is not the most expensive dash cam that's out there at the moment, but it is toward the top of the market. It's Wi-Fi enabled, 4K recording. It's a really good camera in terms of some of the feature sets that it's got, plus the wide angle recording, because in this case, Candy wants to be able to install this herself. So yes, you can put the wires in, and it will also, it's quite an easy device to install in your car. But look, to be honest, at the end of the day, if it looks a bit too difficult for you, it's not too hard to get an auto electrician to do that feature for you. So good luck with that one, Candy. Also during the week, we had Tony send us an email with his NBN. He has very poor mobile phone reception at home, and he is worried that if the power goes out at his house, he won't have landline access through the NBN network, internet, or because his mobile phone reception is very poor, he won't be able to communicate should there be an emergency and the power is out. Well, what you need to do, Tony, is get yourself an uninterrupted power supply. They are around for, basically what you do is you plug one into your NBN modem and router. You plug that into the UPS, and you also plug in your phone system as well. That will keep them powered even though the power from the home goes off. $100 to $150 for a cheap one should set you right. And as long as the local exchange for NBN is still active, the distribution point, and they've got their own power generation for those facilities, you should be able to continue making those phone calls. And if your mobile phone is doing Wi-Fi calling, you should be able to continue making calls on your mobile phone as well. But a UPS, there's a whole range of them around. $100, $150 and upwards, but you'll need a cheap one to continue doing that. They make them to run all sorts of heavy power consuming equipment, and those ones obviously just cost a little bit more. Thank you for your emails. Send them through on the comments page below, and also through the email on the website as well. We'll have more questions next week.
This is Gme, the touchscreen device delivering your favorite streaming entertainment. It's smart, safe, and fits in your pocket.
You'll notice that Gme has no cameras, as this is an entertainment device.
every Genie has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connectivity, a 5-inch plastic touchscreen, FM radio receiver, and a 2,200 mAh battery. We've also included basic parental controls allowing you to pin lock the apps and settings on every Genie. Don't know the pin? Then you can't open the app. There are 3 versions of Genie: Genie, Genie Plus, and Genie Connect. Genie is perfect for listening to apps like Spotify and Apple Music with limited distractions. Genie Plus has the same hardware but is a Google-registered device. So we've pre-installed some Google services like YouTube, Google Maps, and Chrome, and you can download and install your favorite apps via the Google Play Store. Genie Connect is just like the Genie Plus, but with 4G connectivity. Your Genie Connect will stream your favorite entertainment via Wi-Fi and 4G, make and receive calls, and also text. With Genie Connect, we've included the ability to personalize the incoming and outgoing call and SMS experience using our preloaded call block. Block or approve incoming calls and SMS traffic as you decide. Find your Genie, a safer, smart device.
That's all we've got time for this week. Don't forget, like the page, subscribe to our YouTube page as well. Leave a comment. Tell us what you like, what you didn't like, etc. We'll be back next week with more CyberShack Live.